Camp, and I'm a school psychologist. First of all, I just want to thank your teacher for letting me be here. I'm not usually in the classroom, but she wanted me to present on mental health for you guys, so that's what we're going to do today. Do you guys know what a school psychologist is? Yes, Allison?
Are they like a counselor for kids at school?
Kind of. You have a school counselor, and then you also have a school psychologist. They're a little bit different because the school psychologist goes between all of the school district, not just that school.
Okay.
Yes. I am interested in your mental health. So, of course, today we're going to be talking about mental health. Do you guys know what mental health is? Yes?
Something to do with your brain?
Yes? Do you have any ideas, Allison?
Well, it's not like anything to do with physically being healthy, more your mind and being well.
Right, because you can be physically sick, like having a cold or the flu, or you can also be mentally sick, which is you're just not feeling well in your brain. And so today we're going to do a little exercise that will teach you how you can feel healthier in your brain, when you have a conflict with somebody. The objective that I have for today is that the students will create a scenario of peer mediation when imagining a conflict between friends using at least 5 out of the 6 steps toward resolution. And now we are going to view a video about a conflict on a popular TV show called The Office. Can you guys see this, or do you need me to bring it closer?
It's good right there.
Okay.
You can't do that. Safety violation. I could fall and pierce an organ. We'll see. This is why I pull down something that just doesn't bother me. What are you writing about me?
Okay. So what was the conflict in that video? Who wants to go? You guys pick.
Dwight was putting Jim was putting pencils between Dwight's desks.
And what did Dwight do about it?
Put them down with his stapler.
Do you think that that was the proper way to go about it?
No.
It probably could have also hurt someone in reality. So, what is conflict? Now that we've decided that they had a conflict in the video, what is conflict in itself? Yes, Allison?
Like an argument?
Yes. Lene, do you have any ideas?
Maybe when two people are disagreeing on the way something's done.
Very good, girls. When is the last time that you had a conflict in your life?
Probably every day.
Me too. I think it happens. I think it's regular to have conflicts. It's not unusual, but it's something that we have to learn to deal with, right? Okay, so now we are going to go discuss peer mediation. Mediation is a way of solving conflict between 2 or more people. And what do you guys think a peer is?
My friends? People my age?
Yeah, good job. A peer is just someone that is on the same level as you are, like people in your class or even people in your high school. Now we're going to go through these 6 steps and then try to remember these, because as we go through them afterwards, we'll watch the video again and then we'll do a worksheet on them. The first step is agree to mediate. Can you guys say agree to mediate?
Agree to mediate.
Good job. Both people in the conflict, in the video's case, Jim and Dwight would have to agree to mediate, that they wanted to solve the problem. Because if 2 people don't want to agree that they want to solve the problem, then you're not going to get anywhere with them. And the people have to be solution oriented, not just all about themselves and what they want. The second step is to gather both people's points of view, because you can't solve a problem if you don't know where both people are coming from and why they're both upset, where the conflict came from. So what was step 2 again?
Gather points of view.
Right. Step 3 is to focus on the interests of all parties. This is basically to take both people's well-being into consideration. Instead of just being one-sided on the story, you have to listen to both people and remember that both people need to come out of the situation in a better place than when they started. The fourth step is to create win-win points for both parties. What does this mean, win-win points?
Both people are in a better place, like they're both, yes, benefiting.
Good job. The fifth step is to evaluate options. You have to think of all opportunities, all possible outcomes of this mediation. You have to consider all ways that you could mediate it. And then the sixth step, the final step, is to create an agreement. And both sides must agree that they want this agreement. Okay, now we're going to watch the video again. And then afterwards, we're going to try to go through these 6 steps in Jim and Dwight's situation.
You can't do that. Safety violation. I could fall and pierce an organ. We'll see. This slows down. I think this doesn't lower. When you write a copy.
Okay, guys, now let's go back to the PowerPoint and decide what they could have done for each step of the mediation process. Step 1 was to agree to mediate. So what should Jim and Dwight have done?
Both said that they wanted to fix the problem.
Very good, Lene. Step 2 is gather points of view. So the mediator should have gone in between and asked Dwight why he was upset and Jim why he was upset. So the mediator probably would have asked Jim why he was putting the pencils up in the first place, because that probably would have been the core conflict. Step 3 was to focus on interests. What would the interests of Jim and Dwight have been? Their well-being.
One of them was worried about their safety.
Dwight, yes. And then what was Jim worried about?
Seemed kind of bored.
Right? And he may have just wanted to put up a barrier between him and Dwight. The fourth step is to create win-win points for both parties. What would a win-win point have been for Jim?
Maybe he could put his pencils somewhere else.
Okay. Allison, what would a win-win point have been for Dwight? Dwight is the one that slapped him
Slapped
down.
him down. So win-win for him would have been pencils would have not been there.
Right. Oh, that's fine. You're fine. Step 5 is to evaluate options. What are possible opportunities for resolution in this situation?
Jim can take his pencil somewhere else.
Right? I think that that's good. And then step 6, what could the agreement have been?
Jim could agree to
worksheet and get a pencil and get a writing utensil, and then you guys can just sit at the table to fill out the worksheet. I'm gonna grab one too. Okay. This flow chart starts up here, and then it goes around here, down to the cross, over to the circle, down to, what is this shape? Some sort of rectangle, we'll just
Yeah.
agree on. Maybe is it a trapezoid, maybe?
Maybe.
Sure. We're not sure. From the trapezoid over to the smiley face. It starts up here, so write a 1 up in this one. And then, what was the first step? Do you remember?
Mediate.
Yes, very good, Allison. Okay, then the arrow points to the diamond, so put a 2 in the diamond. And then what was the second step? Do you remember?
Gather points of view or maybe?
Good job, Lene. Then it looks like it goes down to the cross, so you can put a 3 there. And what was this third step?
It's about the interest in others.
I think so.
Focus on interests. So your flow chart should look like this. The fourth step is, can you guys remember it? What about win-win points?
Yeah.
So in the circle, put a 4 and create win-win points for both parties. The fifth step evaluate options. And then the sixth step, the smiley face,
Solution.
create an agreement. So now, your sheet should look like this. A simple flow chart for you to remember the steps of peer mediation. Thank you guys so much for having me in your class today. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks.